Dave Campbell's Texas Football is ready to unveil its Week 5 statewide Texas high school football rankings for the 2021 season. The rankings are compiled by the Dave Campbell's Texas football staff. DCTF has published the state's most respected Texas high school football rankings for decades and is the official rankings provider of the Associated Press since 2019. All right, Pickle. Got a lot of rankings to get to. Let's start in Class 6A. In Class 6A, as I pull up my document here, you're going to notice a lot of chalk up at the very top, though, with Westlake there as well as Katy, South Lake Carroll, all the same. Den Geyer leapfrogs up a spot to number 4 with their big win over Humble Atascocita. Duncanville up 2 spots with their win over DeSoto. We don't penalize Atascocita too much. We drop them from number 4 to number 6. Katy Tompkins and Rockwall Heath each up a spot. Spring Westfield, by virtue of being idle, gets into the top 10. Good for them. Galena Park North Shore back into the top 10 at number 10. Elsewhere, Rockwall drops from number 6 to number 12 with their loss to Highland Park. Arlington and Martin drops from number 11 to number 16 with their loss to South Lake Carroll. New to the rankings at the very bottom, number 24, Austin Vandegrift. We heard you.
How about them Vipers?
Vandegrift into the rankings at number 24, and into the rankings at number 25, the Houston CE King Panthers, who are 4-0 with a 49-6 win over Huntsville. They are new to the rankings. Over to 5A we go, Pickle. We'll start with 5A Division 1, where same 10 teams, a little bit of change. Highland Park, by virtue of their win over Rockwall, leapfrogs Manville for the number 3 spot. So now the top 3 reads Denton, Ryan, College Station, Highland Park, followed by the aforementioned Manville. The rest, chalk. Good job, everybody. Keep it up. Make my job easier. 5A Division 2 had no such luck. Absolute chaos. Absolute calamity in 6A, or 5A Division 2. Top 3 are the same. Aledo, Fort Bend, Marshall, Lucas, Lovejoy. Ennis jumps up to number 4. Lubbock Cooper jumps up to number 5. Bernie Champion jumps up from 10 to 6. Huntsville drops from 4 to number 8. A&M Consolidated has bounced from the rankings at number 5 with their loss to Willis. Liberty Hill has bounced with their loss to LBJ. We have 3 new members of the rankings. Number 7, South Oak Cliff back into the rankings with their big win over Dallas Hillcrest. New to the rankings, I believe the first time. Number 9, Wichita Falls Rider, 4-0. Their win over Odessa gets them into the rankings of the number 9 spot. And number 10, Nederland, by virtue of being idle. Good for them. Into the top 10 at number 10.
Do it again.
5A Division 2 was the toughest one for us to do this
yeah.
week. 4A Division 1 now. 4A Division 1, mostly chalky. 1, 2, 3, all the same. Waco La Vega stays the same at number 7 with their narrow loss to Argyle. They remain number 7 in the rankings. We still believe in them, but Argyle, I think, really solidifies themselves as the number 1 team. Back into the rankings, Corpus Christi Miller, their big win over Brownsville Hanna gets them back into the rankings. 4A Division 2 now, where a little bit more chalk here. But Cuero drops from number 7 to number 9 and into the rankings number 8. Geronimo Navarro, who beat Cuero. Very impressive win. They jump up to number 8. Wimberley, by virtue of needing a place to put Geronimo Navarro, they drop to number 10. Van, their big win over Pittsburgh, vaults them from number 9 to number 7. So a little bit of shuffling, but 1 through 5 still the same. Carthage, Gilmer, Salina, West Orange, and China Spring. Over to 3A, Pickle. 3A Division 1. Gladewater's loss to Kilgore drops them out of the rankings at number 5. Everyone else kind of moves up a spot. Hallettsville, Vanderbilt Industrial, Yoakum, and Mount Vernon, plus West, all up a spot by virtue. Grandview's interesting. So Grandview gets blown out by Glenrose. We drop them from number 4 to number 10. This is a... I don't want to say like a
chance to save
like
yourself type of thing.
We were kind of talking about it, and we were like, we still think they're one of the top 10 teams. We'll give them a stay of execution, so to speak. Grandview's number 10 in the rankings. But new to the rankings, number 9, the Columbus Cardinals back into the rankings at number 9 with a 40-21 win over Edna. Over in 3A Division 2, entirely, for the most part, pretty chalky. Newton drops from number 3 to number 5 with their loss to West Orange Stark. Childress and Holiday are the beneficiaries there. They bump up a spot each. Wascom, West Rusk, Canadian, and Abernathy are 6 through 9. Poth is out of the rankings with their loss to Shiner, and in their place, 4-0 Idaloo into the 3A Division 2 rankings at number 10 with a win over Littlefield. Bounce to 2A, Pickle. In 2A, I hope you like chalk.
Yeah.
Mason loses to Wall 20-14. That drops them from number 6 to number 8. Cisco loses to Jim Ned. But we kept them at number 5. That's a 3A Division I team, and they lost by 28-14. We think that's good enough to keep them there at number 5. Everything else relatively the same. With your top 10: Refugio, Shiner, Timpson, Crawford, Cisco, New Deal, Hawley, Mason, Beckville, and Forsan, who beat McCamey, by the way. Don't sleep on that one.
Yeah.
2A Division II, a little bit more up in the air. Mart, Windthorst, Munster, Albany, Wellington, Stratford, top 6, all the same. Falls City up a spot to number 7. El Dorado, big win over Wink, 72-38. I believe in those fighting Covarrubias.
They're heating up.
They're up 2 spots to number 10. Vega loses to Spearman, 21-6. We dropped them a spot. Another one of those games where it's a team that's bigger than them, so we don't want to hold it too much against them. But we did get a spot open up as Burton slides into the top 10 at number 9 despite being idle. To the 6-man ranks we go, where mostly chalky, a little bit of change. Westbrook loses to Water Valley. I think that says a lot more about Water Valley than it does about Westbrook. We drop Westbrook to number 9. Water Valley is up 3 spots to number 5 with their win over Westbrook. Jonesboro up a spot with a 45-0 win over Blum. Elsewhere, Happy up a spot to number 8. Lakey drops out of the rankings, getting blown out by Rankin into their place. Another team that was idle, just kind of waiting.
Yeah.
Roby, number 10 in the rankings this week. 1A Division II. Another thing where it's mostly chalk. In fact, 1 through 9 entirely chalk. Motley County, Strawn, Richland Springs, Calvert, Balmorhea, Follett, Klondike, Jayton, and Anton. Those first 8 were all winners. The 9th, Anton, was idle. Oakwood drops out with their loss to Coolidge, and in their place, the 3-0 Throckmorton. They are into the rankings at number 10 with a win over Blackwell. Over to the private school ranks where we had complete chaos.
Yeah.
Number 2, Dallas Christian is out after losing to Addison Trinity Christian by 20. Also out is Midland Christian, who loses to Fort Worth Nolan by 20. So we had to do a little bit of shuffling. Number 1's the same on Austin Regents. They were idle. Up 2 spots to number 4 or to number 2 is Houston Kincaid with a blowout win over Katy St. John the 23rd. Dallas Parish Episcopal stays the same at number 3. New to the rankings, 4-0 Grapevine Faith Christian. They beat Nevada Community. And then Fort Worth Nolan, despite having 2 losses, 2 really good losses. I believe it's Argyle, and then it's a team from out of state, like Santa Margarita, California, I want to say. Anyway, they're back up to into the rankings at number 5. Fort Worth Nolan back in the ranking. In the private school 6-man ranks, still a little bit of change. The big matchup here, Austin Veritas beats Texas School for the Deaf 84-58. We dropped Texas School for the Deaf 2 spots from 3 to 5, but I still think that's one of the 5 best teams at the private school ranks. So the top 5 are the same, just a little bit of shuffling. Belverde Bracken Christian moves up a spot. They beat San Antonio Jubilee. Marble Falls Faith Idle, they are up a spot. There they are, the week 5. Thank you. Dave Campbell's Texas Football Associated Press Texas High School Football Rankings. You can find those on texasfootball.com/rankings. Direct your complaints to @Ashley_pickle12 on Twitter.
Thanks so much for watching that video. If you would like more and to be notified when they come out, go ahead and click that subscribe button right down there. You can also watch Texas Football Today every day live at noon on texasfootball.com, Facebook, Twitch, and right here on YouTube. For more of the best coverage of Texas football in the Lone Star State, go to texasfootball.com/subscribe.